And today I'm going to help you find time to write in your busy schedule. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you don't know who I am, I'm Ian Chaffin, author of a lot of books. Okay, two books. And knower of a lot of things. So whether you have a full-time job, a part-time job, you're a stay-at-home mother and the kids are driving you crazy, or anything in between, and let's be real here, the mother thing is a full-time job. Oh my goodness. I'm not a mom, but I have seen them and whoo, that's a lot. But no matter where you stand, you still want to write. It's like your passion. Whether it's a hobby or a career or anything like that, you love it. But you can't find time to write and it drives you mad. It drives you crazy. I should know. That's how I felt when I had that overnight job at Woolly Mert. Let's call it that. But it was just like, oh my gosh, why? And then I discovered the secret. And I will tell you the secret. Where you can find time to write in 5 easy steps. Because, I really love steps and it really does help having, simple ones. So before we begin, we have to define what we're doing. We're not actually finding time to write, we're making it. How do we make time? Who knows? But in all seriousness, you can't just go, oh, well, maybe, I don't know. Oh, I can't find it. You have to be like, okay, we have to switch this there and do that and all that, and I can have this time, and then we can do this, da-da-da-da. And there is a difference. When you have the mindset of trying to find time, you can't find it. Or if you do, it's just very little. You have to make that time. You have to switch things around. You have to delete some things or something to make that time in your schedule. When it all comes down to it, everyone has the same 24 hours. But it depends on what you do with it that matters, right? So let's stop getting philosophical here and get right into it. Step 1, make a schedule. Whether or not you're used to planning out your entire day, you need to actually make a schedule for you to look at and to view and go, oh, I see. This is what I do all day. And it can be as simple as just blocking out little pieces of time. Now, one of the key points of making the schedule is to remember about transportation time and waiting time and all of that loveliness. For example, I'm a substitute teacher. I go to different schools and do all that. So I allot myself time from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. to actually travel to the school, do the school stuff, whatever it is, and then travel back from the school. And if I have a little extra time, that is awesome. So you need to remember to put in traveling time. How long does it take you to travel from one place to another? And when you are writing down your schedule, try to do it in like little time segments. Start from when you wake up and do in like in 30-minute segments, like 6, 6:30, 7, 7:30, all the way down to when you go to bed. So you can take that and block it off, each and every one. And then you can actually see physically, oh, hey, these blocks I have empty, or these blocks I do this, or these blocks I do that. And it may take you a little while to go through every single day, especially if each and every day is, crazier than the next and all that. As for me, Monday through Friday are sort of consistently the same because, there's school Monday through Friday. But Saturdays and Sundays are sometimes up in the air. I'm either doing stuff with friends or doing stuff at home, or hopefully writing and all of that. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. What days are kind of weird, what days are consistent, and try to get as best as possible when writing down your schedule. Step number 2, find things in your schedule that you can delete, limit yourself to, or move around. So you might not be able to move around the hours that you work at work, I definitely can't. But you can limit the time that you spend on watching TV. Yes, I said it. Limit the time you spend binge watching stuff on Netflix or YouTube or anything like that. I called you out on it. Yeah. But just think about it. You spend about 3 to 4 hours when you come home, chilling, relaxing out, unwinding, whatever you want to call it. You spend it watching TV. Now, I'm a lover of anime. I so adore that stuff. Yes. Thank you. My favorite is Yu Yu Hakusho, just so you know. But even I have to limit myself. I'm not going to sit there all day on Saturday watching a TV series. Or if I do, it's because I'm helping a friend with cosplay, so there's a legitimate reason why I'm over there hanging out all day for 6 hours Or maybe there's something in your schedule that you can, switch around. Maybe instead of going to the doctor's office in the evening, you can do it in the morning. So try to find those little bits and pieces that you can, make smaller, that you can move around, that you can totally get rid of. Maybe instead of watching 3 hours of YouTube, you only watch 1. And that's only after you write. Step number 3, go back in your schedule and try to find those little pockets of time that you sort of kind of forgot about. As in my example of the substitute teacher, there are hours and lunch times where I don't have any kids whatsoever. They're either in art or PE, or maybe they're out at recess and I don't have duty. And I take those times to, 1, rest, because kids can be very crazy, lovable but crazy. And 2, write or plan out what I'm going to write when I get home. I use the app Evernote, and I actually use the microphone feature on my phone to take notes while I'm walking around the classroom or getting stuff ready before they come in or anything like that. So it kind of makes it easier to, write my book when, I'm going around and doing stuff like that. So try to see if there's those little bits of time that you can actually, maybe siphon off to the writing creativity, instead of just sitting there staring at the wall going. A smaller tip, definitely make sure to eat and drink and take a shower and go to bed on time and all that, because that will actually help you. If you take care of your body, you can take all of that energy and switch it over to writing, where you're not tired when you write. Who knew? Step 4, try to be consistent. Now, even if your days are haywire or, you're so tired one day, still try to be consistent. Even if you don't write every day because of scheduling conflicts or, maybe you're too tired and all that, that's okay. You can still try to write consistently. Every time you write, you can make a word goal out of it or a time goal. How many words can you write in 30 minutes? Or let's try to write until we hit 1,000 words. Whatever the case, you can take those little goals and try to do them as consistently as possible. And before you know it, you're gonna be doing more than you want to do in that time. You're staying consistent, which actually helps you get better over time. Who knew? Step 5, it's okay to not write every day. So those people that say, real writers write every day. Let's take an example from real life. Do football players play football every single day? No, they do not. And if they do, they're going to tire themselves out, they're going to tire their muscles out, and then they will be less creative with plays and all that on the field. So no, they don't play every day. And no, writers do not have to write every day. Of course, some people could argue with me and say, but writing is different than football. And yes, they are partially right. But then again, we're talking about the human body here. Humans are very, very similar. Who knew? I mean, yeah, some of us have different colors of skin and different eye colors and different theologies and politics and woo. But we're all basically the same. If we get too tired or too bored with something, we really don't want to do it. So don't make yourself too tired. Have a rest period. Now, this kind of comes from the fact that I'm Christian, but God said, hey, have a day of rest. It's not because he was like, I want to make more rules. It's because he knew and understood human beings, the thing he kind of created, and he knew that if we kept going and going and going without recharging, we would probably keel over dead. So don't beat yourself up if you don't write every day. Maybe your schedule won't allow it every single day. Maybe you just get too tired. It's okay. You want to be in tip-top shape when you write, so you can give your audience something they'll love. You don't want to be tired and bored when you write, so don't write all the time. And those are my 5 tips or steps or whatever I called them in the beginning of this video to help you make time to write. I hope you all enjoyed this and I hope you all learned about it. And hey, if you have a step or tip or whatever I called it that helps you make time to write, please let me know in the comments. I always love talking to people. And with that, I'll see y'all later, alligators. Bye-bye. But yes, so it was just like